Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise. Hey! And today I'm going to read on Jeff Sessions, our former Attorney General before he resigned, or was he fired? We don't really know. The things that stick out in my mind that are funny are every single Stephen Colbert intro when he had his when his show was live. Now I still like watching him in his home with his wife laughing in the background, but he always did all these little skits with the little like Keebler elf. He'd use a little cracker, about Jeff Sessions. What we do know about Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions is that he is racist. I mean, any little bit of research and observation would teach us that. So I want to look at his karma and especially his future. So let me drop the camera down. I'll get started. Okay, here we go. Deep dive into Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions' karma. So currently what's going on in his life, what forces does he have in motion? Okay, Eight of Swords reversed, challenged by the Ten of Wands. Okay, the karma he brought in this lifetime in order to heal, we have the Four of Swords hanging over the Four of Cups reversed. Okay. His karmic past in this lifetime, so it might show how well he's done healing it. Let's see. Yeah. Of course. Okay. Current karma that's going on, currently hanging over him based on his, spirit, God-given, whatever you want to call it, right to exercise his free will. King of Wands reversed, and the Three of Pentacles reversed. Wow. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to say, in case some of you are listening and not watching, the karmic past is it's Six of Pentacles reversed and the Eight of Pentacles straight up. Next, I'll do 4 cards for his future. And I'll just let it all merge together between political and personal. I don't mind either way. Seven of Wands straight up. Knight of Cups straight up. Three of Wands reversed. And hanging over the Queen of Swords straight up. Ooh. Wonder who she might be. Oops, let me move these over. Hope we have enough light going on here. If I turn on this other lamp, I might get a glare, but let's see. Let's just make sure everything's... So funny, I do this through the viewfinder, and then sometimes after I upload it, I'm like, wait, why is that all over to one side? Because I try to get things centered. Okay, so these 2 cards go together, so let's leave them. These cards are like a fulcrum that is an overlay of the whole reading. So just always remember that. Okay, so currently what's going on based on all the free will he's exercised in his life, what he has created, whether or not he takes self-responsibility for it, what he has going on currently is some kind of treachery. I don't see this as being released from any restriction, not with him and not with his karma. He's still doing it. He's still got some kind of treachery going on, some type of like opposition against other people. I don't know what he's doing professionally at this point. I imagine he's still trying to make money. And we see this burden here with this Ten of Wands. That's his challenge. His biggest challenge has to do with work stress, I think, and worry. I think he's worried. Maybe he's worried about his karmic past and his zero tolerance policy at the border. You know, Trump's little minion. Although he did resign. Well, we don't know. He says he resigned. It looks like he resigned, but it could have been that Trump fired him or told him, made him resign. He's got something on him, of course. And that's right up here, even though it's in the present. But then again, it's right here in the past, too. But let's go to his karma that he brought in for this lifetime. So he came in with a karma. I just heard laying down. So the little guy will lay down for other people, to find his way, to find some new goal, like when the Four of Cups reversed comes through, to me it has to do with like finding some new enthusiasm for life, you know, and taking action and being focused. So with the Four of Swords hanging over that, I don't know if maybe he was some type of a warrior and then he, you know, came back and tried to get back to his center in order to find a new goal. That could be it. I mean, there's no major arcana here that came through, so I don't see any, I don't see a lot of progress. Could be that he has the karma of being lazy. It could also be that he has the karma of putting other people in this position where they can't have any action. I'm not clear with that, and let's draw a couple more cards. Yeah, okay, so we have the moon. We have the moon and the Five of Cups reversed. So with the moon, there are fears, you know, secret fears going on, and deception and enemies. So combining these two together, we're in that realm of hidden enemies. So, I just heard hiding from enemies, because, actually it should go like this. Well, you can't really tell what card that is that way. Okay, so hiding from enemies and finding a new goal because something didn't work out. Because of the deception. With the moon, we're in the realm of deception. You know, looking at a hidden agenda here and some type of a risk he didn't want to take. So I think he hid out. I think he like snuck out and hid out. And had to find a new goal, a new way to work through it that wouldn't be so disappointing and so sad. With the Five of Cups, this would have him, you know, on another level too, this could be him trying to heal, trying to find some peace, and trying to move on. But he got caught up again because these two cards right here reveal what has happened. With the Six of Pentacles reversed, this is my strings attached card. You know, this is this giving to get, and there's no, you know, like no true generosity or reciprocity at all. It has to do with just, you know, being indebted to something and something or someone, and abusing that power, like lording over other people with the power, a little bit of power that he had. And then with the Eight of Pentacles, of course he would just keep working on it and keep trying. trying to bring in some type of success and trying to have some type of reputation. Well, honestly, I haven't looked in the news to see what he's up to or but I'd be willing to bet that he's still out there spouting his racism and putting down Biden and the border control, type of situation. Because anybody to come through, like he supposedly was the little guy that had the idea that let's just separate their children, and that way we'll make a statement so that no one tries to come in. No one else tries to come in. It's really evil. And all that is on his soul. No wonder he's afraid. That's, this karma is bearing down. And then maybe he also has the, with his Five of Cups reversed, maybe he also has the past life karma of refusing to grieve. And he can't move on because he won't meet the pain. This card sometimes can be, it's very unattached. I think if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure it's the moon in Libra, which I wouldn't say this about, the sign of Libra, but it can be in a detached, detached from your emotions. The moon is a very emotional card, but he's, there's risk here. There's problems here. I don't see it as, normally, like if I were to, be doing a personal reading for someone and this card comes through and I, tapped in it, oftentimes it's a person's, psychic abilities and intuition and creativity. But I don't feel that with him at all. I feel it's more the deceptive, illusory quality. And refuse to grieve. And just laying down and, taking whatever comes. But along with this Four of Cups reversed, okay, it's all right, I'll figure this out and I'll just create a new goal. I'll just start over in some new way. But I'm not going to feel the pain is basically what I feel this guy's saying. With the Five of Cups reversed. No regrets, man. Just move on. Just move on. Ugh. But yeah. Okay, so let's look at what's hanging over him with the King of Wands reversed. Again, this abuse of power, this ineffective, use of a person's life force, and being a bully. Does the guy have like a Napoleon complex or something? He's very small. Did he get bullied when he was a kid? Maybe. Maybe these two cards are showing, hiding from a bully. Or, yeah, hiding from a bully this way. Being afraid of bullies. There's that possibility. Because the King of Wands reversed, like I was saying, it's all about being ruthless and abusive and being a bully. And that's the karma hanging over him. So he was, with the King of Wands reversed combined with the Three of Pentacles reversed, I get the feeling that he was tied up in connection with some dark money. And so he didn't mind being a bully, at the border when he did that for Trump. I just can't remember, you guys. Maybe you can refresh my memory. I mean, I'm going to need you to, because I unless I stop, go in the other room and get my cell phone and get on the news and try and figure out, or Google, what made him resign? Like, what happened? At some point, he wouldn't do what Trump wanted, and I just can't remember what it was. I don't know if it had to do with the Mueller report and Bill Barr and Rosenstein and the whole, all of that. I just can't remember what it was. So much has happened. I mean, my goodness, nobody can track any of this stuff. I mean, unless you have unless you're gifted with some type of a memory that just never forgets a detail. But that's not me. So anyway, yeah, this abusive bully, and he did it for the money, and he didn't do it alone. There was this dark money collaboration going on. Oh, man. This also shows his lack of, skills and dedication and work ethic. It could, again, lazy. Just wants to go out and he just wants to talk smack and get what he wants. Lazy, ineffective and burdened with a lot of karma is what I get here with this Ten of Wands. Now his future, he's going to have to take a stand. He's going to have to stand up for himself and try and stay on his little perch. That's really interesting. He's going to have to persevere and, assert himself. And this card comes through sometimes in personal readings where there's a spiritual test going on, to take a stand. But, I don't think he's anywhere near that type of a level where he's moving forward, not with these cards. And with a Knight of Cups straight up, somebody is going to offer him something. Or at least he's going to be engaged with something he's attracted to. Maybe he likes to fight, There are a lot of people like that on the planet that are just hooked into that negative pleasure of fighting and, in abuse of power. And it's all, for the money. And the prestige. But again, this Napoleon complex I feel with him. Was kind of quiet and under the cover, or undercover before he came on the scene with Trump. Maybe we wouldn't have even known who he was. But, that's the gift from Trump, is he brought out all the swamp creatures. Remember, he was going to drain the swamp, but no, he brought in the swamp creatures so they can't hide anymore. But more with his karma. So I don't know who this Knight of Cups would be. It could be an offer, or it could just be where he's attracted to, because often this is, all the knights move. So the movement of attraction to, he's going to have to take a stand, but there's still this movement of attraction to things that don't really pay off, don't really go anywhere. And this is my bad leader card when it's reversed. The Three of Wands reverse equals to me is bad leadership. He's always attracted to bad leaders. Now, I don't know who this Queen of Swords coming through. Could this be a female attorney? I'm not sure at all. Sorry about the lighting going in and out. It's a beautiful blue sky, white cloudy kind of a day, but the clouds are moving around in my windows right here. So Queen of Swords, because we're in that realm of a truthful and intelligent and independent thinking woman. I can't imagine he would attract anyone like that. So I think this is a legal issue, and I do think that it's a woman that's going to be leading it. And often this very last card can be like an answer card if you intend for it to be, which I always do. So this could be like something off into the future. So it might be something that comes out, some legal issue about what he did, his part in the border, family separation. So let me drop the camera down and I decide if I'm going to use the Kipper. Yeah, because I want to find out about this legal. And I'll use the Kipper and just look at his future some more. Okay, hold on. Okay. Well, I don't see a legal issue here. I mean, we don't have the court card, or I don't even have like the investigation card, which would be the expectation. What I do have is money coming in, but he's been really worried about it. I don't know who this supportive older woman would be in his life, but it does knight over to his wife, so it would be, this is him here, and this is his wife. So his wife has a lot of control over his life. I have no idea who she is. I think he has a wife. I don't know. I know nothing about his personal life, but this would be a wife or a partnership of some type, main squeeze kind of a thing, which, gross thinking about that with him, but anyway. And this mature woman would be, their friend. But he, being the main male, in his card, knighting over to this concern card, this is his, worry, his obsessive compulsion, gloomy outlook towards life, and pessimistic outlook, and where he feels helpless and depressed. This is a card of just, obsessively going over something and pessimistically fearing the worst, and therefore you do get depressed. Depression comes in, and it's a card of having a hard time concentrating too. So that's him. And this is his future. He lost something, or he's going to lose someone. That's right. It can sometimes be the past over here, but it could also be the very near future, because we're moving forward chronologically in time. With the lovers hanging over the coffin card, it doesn't have to be a love. It can be just loyalty and, success. But because these two cards here, this card is neutral. It just gives us, the mature woman just gives us information about what is part of the problem. So maybe this is a friend who's ill. There's that possibility. Mental illness, there's that possibility. But this is usually a good, successful card of partnership of some type, but it can't be in this case because the concern card and the coffin card are touching it. And the only other card touching it is a neutral card. And it knights over to this occupation card, which has to do with work. So this is more clues as to who this person is someone that they work with. So, it's just pain and loss around someone who they've been in partnership with, who's also connected to his wife. If he has a wife, I would think so, but, And then he does have money coming in. That's the thing. But it's on the backs of some type of like sweatshop kind of feeling. That's interesting. I wonder if any of this will come out in the news. I'll do 5 more cards as to his future. Yeah, there's something that comes out. This is the sad news card. In this deck, it's just called Message of Concern, but it's not good news, so something that's not good will come out. A community card, that could have to do with the border control, our border crisis. And then this like wealthier, younger woman. I don't know if they have a daughter. It's official. Something's official here. But this is also obligations, and it can be about the military and these like rules and regulations that he came up with around the border control and this family separation. And maybe somebody made money because the money that came in here. Wow. Let's see, what else? Yeah, and then this distraction that happened. Well, this is all part of his future. There will be loss. But this, thieving that happened when people weren't looking, I think this is coming from the past. I think he probably made money. I think he, like John Kelly and many other people, I think he made money off of the border camp situation. Wow. Maybe it was his wife or another person that worked for him that hid, that... Because, when you buy stocks into things like that, when you invest into things like that, you're not supposed to be a public... You're not supposed to be a public servant and make money off of, because it's a conflict of interest, to say the least, to make money off of what's going on politically. But we do know that John Kelly did that, and there were many others. Oh, man. That's probably why we have the thief card here, because in the future, the thing I can say is that he will have a loss because of his lack of, because of what he did, because he took money, and because he created that situation at the border to make money off of children being separated from their parents and putting them in separate housing, and they were trying to, they weren't even really sending the people back. They were just trying to hold them, and then, of course, charge the taxpayers $725 a day per person to be put in cages on concrete flooring, even though they had a little mattress and an aluminum blanket, but what the hey, Yeah. Anyway, this is a card of energy vampires and people who are very, very negative and just suck the life out of others and they don't care. People who have stolen. And he was in charge of that, and this is him. So this is his karma that's going to, come back in the future. Maybe we're seeing long-term future here with the, maybe he'll have to work in a sweatshop in his next lifetime, in hope for little bits of money to be dribbled down to him. Because that card knights over to the sudden wealth. I don't know. This is kind of a mixed up combobulation. I can't even get a good summary here except for to go with my feelings and my understanding of spiritual law, that eventually everything comes back. So, he has this belief system in that he has to take from others in order to fill his coffers. And he doesn't care. And he's a racist as all get out. He's completely racist. So, that feels like that's, in his tarot reading, it's the, the bad leadership. I still don't know who this Queen of Swords is. Because I didn't get any legal cards coming through here. Sometimes this card comes through as the wife who will divorce the crappy husband. You know, because she is the Queen of Swords is a very strong, independent woman, and you know, they're often widows and divorcees, because they got clear on what they wanted in life and decided to go for it, and it's like, I'm not taking any of this, baloney anymore, and they move on and they create their own life. So that maybe it's not a legal situation, but it's his wife. If he's married, I don't even know. Sorry, you guys. I'm gonna get this uploaded and Google and find out a little more personally. And I apologize that I didn't do that beforehand. I'm just assuming he has a wife. I feel like he does, but anyway, I'll check into that and get it uploaded. And you guys can check into whatever you want and drop it in the comments too. I love you all for that. You teach me so much. So, okay, thanks you guys. I'll be back later. Bye. Take good care.